What's going on, everybody? Brett here, bringing you back for what will probably be the final episode of our Kingdom Rush Origin series. We're on the last level. As you can see here, in my free time, I was having a bit of trouble with this level. I was trying to play it in my kind of traditional, well-rounded style, and I was struggling a little bit. So I went ahead and tried some things out, and I beat it. I beat it with 3 stars. I decided not to turn back at the last second. Just go ahead and get those stars. That way, when we jumped in for our video today, you guys would have confidence that we would be able to knock it out. Now, I have 3 stars in every single level except for this one. And I'm very tempted to go back and get that 3rd star just to do that on camera, but I'm not sure if I will. I feel like I've done just about everything I want to do in this game. This is probably my 3rd or 4th playthrough personally. So, but guys, as I've said so many times before, if you're interested in this game, pick it up. It's so cheap, and you get so much enjoyment out of it. Even after beating this level already, like I still go back and do the heroic iron mode challenges. We might try those just for fun. I'm going to use Wilbur. He's my favorite hero in the game. I love dwarves. Total War Warhammer 2, I love to use gyro bombers, and that's exactly what he reminds me of. He's a powerful hero. He's perhaps a bit too powerful. He needs to be tuned down a bit. But I beat this with a different hero, and I beat it with, I think, Duredhel, which is a good choice. Ranged physical damage with a little bit of magic thrown in. Not bad, but I think if you're going to use a ranged hero, there are some ranged heroes in the game that have the ability to also produce bodies that can help you block, and that's pretty useful on this map. So one of the things that I kind of had like a little bit of an insight into is that, you know, stone circles are not great on this map, and they're very expensive to upgrade. So what I'm going to end up doing here is building a lot more mage towers than you might think is necessary. A lot of the enemies that we're fighting are going to have resistance to magic, but if we put just a couple of the well-placed arcane towers, we'll be fine. The resistance to magic will be lowered, and they'll take much more damage as they run up on us. And then the magic is very good against also like the Twilight Harassers and the Avengers, and also the Twilight Golems. So in lieu of building the siege style, you know, attackers or towers rather, we're gonna build the magic and keep that good. Let's see. I still like my barracks. Barracks aren't totally necessary here. And I also still like the golden longbow to also help us hit this area here. Okay, let's get that there. That here. Something like this. Sure, I like that. Come back here, set them a little bit further back, and we'll just upgrade them to tier 2. Make sure that they have some ranged weapons that they can use. Alright, wish me luck. It's been a few days since I beat it, so I have no expectations. I'm going to upgrade this one, try and get that a fast arcane tower perhaps. Reinforcements are incredibly powerful. And we want to be calling early as much as we can. You know, since this is a tower that's going to see a lot of use, we can prioritize upgrading that as well. Send out our little drones. And the best thing about the magic towers is that they can sometimes teleport units backwards. And that's going to come in very handy on this particular map, because the enemies are so powerful that whenever you get that value of having teleported them backwards, it's just exponentially better to do it to a big unit like an Avenger than it is to do it to a small like Knoll or something. So we're going to get a lot of value from that. So here we go, we have our first arcane tower. That's going to drop some of the magic resistance down a bit. And I see no reason we could probably nuke these dudes, but we don't need to. Scoot up a little bit with our buddy. And it seems here we need to move back a bit because they're not engaging correctly. And we need to watch Wilbur's health. We don't want him to get nuked by some of these harassers. Alright, so now we have the range to deal with. So let's make sure our barracks can also hit air. And we can move Wilbur up to here, perhaps. And there we go. Yeah, let's prioritize upgrading this one. Call early once again. Wait for these to get a bit more grouped, perhaps. There we go. See if we can't get some of these... What are these things called again? The blood servants. See if we can't get some of those trapped in there as well. So again, do that. Call early. Drop again. And look at this huge kind of army we have built up. And now we can get our first High Elven Mage, and we'll get our second one as well. So the High Elven Mages are awesome. One, they just have incredible DPS. They can attack, I think, up to 3 targets at once. And because of that, they have high armor. That was probably not a good use. But because of that, their options for teleporting enemies backwards are pretty strong. Let's just nuke that. And hold them back whenever we can. And this is going to be a good golden longbow position. I also kind of want to upgrade this. Wilbur's doing good damage. At the very least, that Twilight guy can't hurt him. Let's just get the drones on the job. So, spoilers, there's a boss this level. It's the last level in the game. And he's going to come right down the center. So we want to make sure that our center is very strong. And we're leaking one guy. That's okay. That can still give us 3 stars. It's not a big deal. The wolves, honestly, are kind of the trickiest part of this. Let's move our buddies back just a bit. The drone's down here. So every time I see someone who has a high magic resistance, like the Evoker, that's where I want to send my drones to do that physical damage. And let's also drop the lightning. Call early. That's 27 extra gold for us, which is a lot. Let's just start getting these upgrades. And now that we see the Mounted Avengers, so for those of you who didn't get a chance to watch the last time we attempted this where I failed, you know, a couple times in a row, you know, it happens. you gotta sit down with it and figure it out. But the Mounted Avengers, you have to first take out the HP that they have when they're on their beetle buddies, and then you have to, you know, beat them as if they're just typical Avengers. So let's get time lapses, and that'll help us lock down these kind of overwhelming numbers. So if you want to do great single target damage, you opt for the Arcane Sentinel, and if you're being overwhelmed by numbers, that's when you go for the time lapse. Okay. There we go. That was a nice, very timely teleport backwards. And we're going to upgrade this one as well. Come down here, Wilbur. And if we're going to build a tower, we don't want to leave it completely unupgraded. A level 1 tower is very ineffective. Another longbow honestly wouldn't be bad. It's not the best versus these Twilight Golems unless they're upgraded. Alright, let's nuke him down. These heretics have huge HP pools. Ooh, our own thing kind of helped him dodge. That's no good. Come up here. And yeah, I think we will get another golden longbow. Got a hold here. Wilbur's tanking quite a bit of damage for us. You don't want him to die, though. Let's not let that happen. Alright, and if you look here, golden longbows have very good DPS in addition to their great range, of course. But they also have the ability to mark targets and to do critical damage. But we want to upgrade this one as well. Alright. Oh no. There we go. We gotta kill this guy. Gotta let him attack Wilbur. And there we go. Okay. And let's get more DPS now. So some of our problems, honestly, are just coming from calling early. If we just kind of let the waves play out naturally, we would be fine. But we want that gold. We'll get an extra sentinel on just about everybody. Let's put them out front and these in the back. The Blade Singers don't actually have a ranged attack, so there's no reason to put them in the back. They're not going to get any value that way. Now Hunter's Mark, perhaps doing work, hard to tell. Does everyone have at least 1-in-1 upgrades? That's important. And here we can go for the Wild Magus. Does a pretty good job of single target damage. You see there that health just chipping away. But a lot of golems up here. Let's take the 2-for-1 on the lightning. It's going to do a ton of damage. We're already on wave 15. And let's get a second level of that, so that potentially when the boss comes out we can maintain its mark. This is going to be tough here. Drones might help, but everything that's here right now is very resistant to physical damage. If I could, I would probably get some Forest Keepers. We've just got to keep them where... See, now he's slightly outside the range of our High Elven Mages. That's no good. It's going to cost us a lot of damage. And we really don't want to use our lightning now. We want to save it for the boss that's coming. Should have placed them further back. I'm trying to hold them here while these Arcane Sentinels can do some work for us. And here we go. Here's the big boss. And this is where kind of having a couple extra barracks really comes in handy. And you really have to micro on this boss because he's going to try and nuke you like that. Check out the damage. And he heals. I think there he was actually invulnerable, so I kind of whiffed my my lightning. No good. But this boss is definitely all about micro. Watch his staff when it lights up purple. And of course they're marking the wrong targets right now, so my longbows are just super ineffective. We've got him down pretty low. Ooh, that hurt. There goes the heal. Time-lapse is doing a great job of keeping them down. Let's bring them up just a bit. Okay, and then we'll finish him with the lightning. Sucks that Wilbur had to die there right at the end, but we got it. So 3 stars. Yeah, we leaked that one little wolf, but that happens. I was also kind of talking a bit when I should have been upgrading. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the final map. And I realized I didn't reread the campaign blurb, and I should have. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. The Duredhel Outskirts. This is the final push, General. We have routed enough enemy troops to march upon the city gates. Baj Namin has no other choice but to come out and fight. This will be our chance to stop his plans before it's too late. So Baj Namin was the boss, and some pretty good tricks. If you're not microing him, or microing your hero, he'll nuke him down in like almost one shot. And then, you know, if you only do a build that has like 1 barracks in it, he'll kill it, and then you'll be out of luck. The little wolves will do run-bys, and you'll kind of lose on the final wave. So there's a lot of things to consider in this map, which makes it kind of a pretty fitting final boss area. I wish there was one more level we could do, but sadly there isn't. I was thinking, you know what, we could just try. Maybe do like an Iron Mode challenge for old time's sake before we finish the series. I don't want to go out on like a 16-minute video. So let's go ahead and try a different hero. We gave everybody a pretty fair shake, so it kind of makes me want to just end on Duredhel, being as he's our original hero. And yeah, let's try the Iron Mode challenge. So we could only use archers and magic. I would not be surprised if this starts with some barracks. It does not.
We must move on.
Okay, so we're really going to have to manage where we put what. Are they giving us a ton of gold? Kinda. Kind of. I think these are going to be important. This is quite interesting. That's probably not a good choice, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. So this strikes me as one of those maps where Duredhel may actually not be good, just because the ability to stop people by producing extra bodies might be more valuable. Okay. Tricky.
We must move on.
Very tricky. I see that I have my lightning in my back pocket, but I'm not sure I want to use it quite yet. I might use it here now that it's there in the center. And it feels like I just want a bunch of like level 2 mage towers, honestly. And no one's running down into this area, so that's good.
You have my bow.
And keeping Duredhel kind of like right here should let him shoot at everything. Probably should have upgraded these archer towers just a bit. But now that I look at it, I don't really hate the longbow tower. I'm sure it's doing a ton of damage. We just need to keep all the big stuff down the center. And then whenever we see Avengers, we need to drop them. Do we have it? That would be pretty cool. Once again, try and upgrade the towers that are like multi-lane hitting. And I'm ready to drop arrows on these things. Yeah, I think we just have to do that. Oh god. Here they come.
Clear your mind.
Let's get more DPS. Let's get Duredhel not wasting his time.
Clear your mind.
Come on, we've almost got it. Oh my god. We had to nuke that very end when we should have definitely been nuking this. Are we okay? See, and Duredhel is just not good here. He's just stuck like barely fighting anything, and then we're gonna leak. Oh man, we almost had that. I think that's the point where you really need to build time lapses to make sure that they get locked down, and it helps you with the AOE. But anyway, guys, I think I'm actually going to call it there. I'm happy that we managed to beat Duredhel Outskirts and take out the final boss of the game. I wish there was more to do, just sadly there isn't. Thank you so much if you've been with me since the beginning of this playthrough. If you haven't already, check out the other playthroughs. I do the actual original Kingdom Rush. I do Kingdom Rush Frontiers, both of which are amazing games, very similar to this. I mean, basically the exact same game. And then, of course, Kingdom Rush Origins was this playthrough. And hopefully they release the 4th game in the series. They release that on Steam sometime soon, and we can take a look at that. But I've been having a blast playing that on mobile. But anyway, guys, that's it. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. Thank you again for joining me for this playthrough. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more stuff like this on the channel, just let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, please, if you haven't already. I'm a new channel, and I appreciate every single subscription that I get. And yeah, like the video if you did enjoy it. That helps other people find the video and kind of spreads the word on Kingdom Rush. But that's it. Once again, for like the 100th time. I'm out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.